Hello everyone, today I want to make a little guide on how to surface prospect. I got the basics now and took me a while. There was a lot of annoying shit I had to deal with. So I just want to show you the most important things so that you can stand on your own legs more or less. I will start in some weird order right here. So I will first show you how to get back to your ship actually, because that's really important, because if you're so pissed off from driving around in an SRV, then you surely want to know how to get back in your ship. So before you even start, you should know how to get back in your ship. So you press, I will do the controls for keyboard and mouse users because I don't know the controls for anything else. So Shift and S is looking downwards, then yeah, you just go to the SRV, space and say recall ship. Okay, so now we wait a little bit. Wherever your ship is, it just comes somewhere near you with some autopilot.
20 minutes later.
Okay, there it is. So let's see where it lands. Now comes the hard part, actually going back into the ship. Okay, so yeah, you can try to go from behind and just, you really have to go, like if I go here, I'm not able to re-enter the ship. Do not say dismiss ship, because I think then it just flies away. So I don't know what this means, proceed to boarding point. I guess this would be helpful, but for some reason it's red, so you have to really exactly inside this little square. And I think you hear this little clicking sound. Yes, and then you say board ship. So if that doesn't work, simply drive around a little bit so that you're exactly in the square. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, looks really easy now, really pointless to make a video, but yeah, the first time I just wasn't able to go into my ship. Took me like 20 minutes to figure out how to do it. Okay, so I mean, yeah, okay, launching from surface is not really hard. You just press R and then you fly. Okay, so now let's pretend we just landed here. I will do another video on how to land on planets. We want to go into the SRV, so we again press Shift and S, look downwards, then we select one of our scarabs and deploy. What is this? Okay, now as a new player who's never done this, you will probably sit here like this and not be able to move. Why? Because the controls suck. Accelerating is E and decelerating is Q. And then also you have drive assist by default. It's really awkward. I will not show you how the stock controls are. I will just show you how I set up my controls, and I really suggest you do the same if you are if you want like a normal driving experience, like in basically every other game. So we go to driving, and then I said drive assist default is off, but it doesn't really matter. You can always switch it with your standard button. In this case, I would use toggle, okay, so that you can switch between the two modes if you really want. It's like drive assist is basically like a speedometer, or how it's called. It just keeps the same speed all the time. But that's a bit problematic, and you will see soon why this is problematic. Okay, then we don't want to steer with the mouse. So we don't want to steer, but we want to roll and pitch with the mouse. Because we will not be able to do this with the keyboard anymore. So yeah, just say rolling and pitching. And you also want to use, yeah, you have to try that out, but I also use the relative roll and pitch. So basically if you use your mouse, then the mouse or the pitch will even out after some time, and only if you use the mouse again, it will again pitch. If you don't do that, you have to be really careful where you put your mouse, otherwise it just goes spinning. Okay, then I said, okay, I think this is the only thing that I left standard. Okay, and I guess I can still roll with the keyboard, okay, but I cannot pitch with the keyboard anymore because this is standard on W and S, but I want to accelerate and decelerate with W and S, sorry, game. Yeah, thrusters are standard, this is standard, this is basically all not so important. Driving targeting, let's see, we need throttle actually. So here we have W and S. And that's basically it. There's some other stuff that's not so important. So now with these, if you have these settings like me, you can actually drive with WASD, like a normal human being. And then it looks somewhat like this. Okay, now you are able to move. Now the next thing. Don't put everything into engines, it just doesn't make sense, and don't just go like full. I will just do this for the fun of it. And what will happen is this, you will drive like an idiot. Okay, you have some thrusters to help you out a little bit. Oh, actually this is pretty good right here. But I'm out of fuel, almost. Oh, wow, this is, oh god. For some strange reason my hull didn't get damaged. So yeah, I'm rolling with the mouse and pitching. Okay, as you can see, driving is really fun. Not? Can you please stop? Okay, thanks. So I will put now everything into system. I don't even know what the shields are good for in this thing, because every time you crash, just your hull gets damaged. The shields don't do anything. I don't know why this thing even has shields. But okay, I just put everything into systems so that I don't have too much into engines, and I just cannot go that fast. So as a rule of thumb, you should only go like 10 meters per second most of the time. Okay, now just with drive assist I can drive free-handedly, basically. Let's make it a little bit slower, like that. I don't have to touch anything. Yeah, it's good if you want to drink a coffee meanwhile or something. Okay, let's go to the next part. Oh, actually this is pretty good for making videos. So I will drive assist on right now. And I will make the game a little... No, actually the game is fine, the game sound. Okay. So now what you want to do, basically the only thing you do in this mode here, in this driving mode, is you follow that little radar down there, and there you see a lot of small lines. And you just follow those lines, and from what I've heard, they get narrower. So basically not every line right there is an object, but one object is like... yeah, 20 of those lines, and the closer you get, the narrower the lines become, closer to each other. So it will be, yeah, the closer you get, the smaller basically the object becomes. I find that very counterintuitive. Yeah, because usually if you get closer to something, it gets bigger, and also the direction is not very clear. And you have to drive really slowly sometimes to not just go completely past. So it seems like there are two objects. Let's go to the left one. Okay, and I hope I find something, because sometimes, I don't know if it's bugged or something, but this happened to me more often than not, that I've just followed those signals and then I get there, the lines disappear and there's nothing. So now this one in the middle that I'm focusing is really getting really small, the symbols, so I should be close. Did it just get bigger? No. Okay, I think there is something. Okay, so at around 50 meters. You have to keep that in mind. Only when you are there 50 meters close, it seems, or 45. You can target it with the right mouse click. You have to remember that. It's not T by standard. It's right mouse click. And you have to do this. You can scan also with right mouse click, but it doesn't do anything. You can scan data, and then you just shoot it. Then you go to contacts, see what drops. Open cargo scoot with position 1. And you also have to target the thing that you actually want to collect. Also with right mouse click. Okay, we got some iron. Okay, just right mouse click, collect this shit. Remember to open your cargo scoop, as I said, position 1. Or you can also do it via functions, I guess. Here, cargo scoop. Okay, nice. We got some nice materials, and that's basically all you do on the planets. This is not a rant or anything that I find this too monotonous or something. Not at all. It's just for so long, I mean, I didn't know what to do on those planets. I just didn't. Yeah, but basically everywhere where you land, you will get these signals, and you can just drive. To them. Let's see if we can find another thing. Then, yeah, those signals and the according sounds. Oh, actually, it's here. They have some meaning. For example, this bronzite chondrite has a specific sound and pattern, and there's not too many different ones of them. There's bronzite chondrite, there's mesododrite, blah blah. There's a few other ones. Yeah, basically, for beginning, you can just go, and also you should collect everything, really. You can always throw away the stuff later if you don't have any more space. Also, this is not cargo. This is a new type of cargo space that also the stuff I think goes directly into your ship by some magical power. So here you have basically you can also collect cargo with your SRV, but it only has 2 slots. Then you have this materials. This is in your ship, and you also don't lose them if you die and anything. So here I have 265 out of 1000. So I have all this stuff. Just collect everything, because this is the stuff you will need for engineers. For example, with nickel, just with nickel, I think you can do some grade 1 multi-cannon upgrades or something. So those elements are really nice to have. Then you have data, materials and data basically. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I went a little bit too deep into the topic already, because this was just about basic prospecting. Just how does it work? How do you drive around? How do you set up the controls so that it actually feels sane? And yeah, guess I will do more tutorials in the future, and see you next time.